Okay, next up is Katherine Jenerette. Katherine's been a resident, I believe, of North Myrtle Beach for a good while. She is out of the military, came out as a captain, and got, I believe, 4 children. Did I get that right? Very good, very good. Katherine, glad to have you with us.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here tonight. I know my daughter was just telling me the other day, why are all the old people with convertibles? Why are the only people I see in convertibles old? And I said, because they don't have children in the back seat. And it's the same, why are old people the only ones who vote? It's because they have time to do it. They have time to research the issues. Young people don't take the time. Anyway, I'm a captain in the U.S. Army Reserve, a U.S. paratrooper, just returned from Afghanistan on my 2nd tour of duty, combat duty. I was Operation Desert Storm vet, and I do have 4 children, 19 down to 10, and I was Congressional aide and CEO of the Hospitality Association, and I guess y'all have a handout, and I can tell you more and more about me, but I'll let y'all read that. It's good bathroom reading material through Reader Digest version. Anyway, what is in it for you to vote for me? That's the bottom line. Everybody in this room should be asking, why should I vote for you, Katherine, over all these other candidates? Why should I vote for Chad? Why should I vote for Andre? What is in it for me to vote for you? I will tell you that I don't just talk about fighting for what is right by this book that I carried to Afghanistan. I do it. I don't talk about it, I do it. I've served my country twice. I'm willing to go to bat for you. I got your back. We have to get all these wonderful cuts that we have for the government, that everybody keeps talking about, I'm going to cut this, I'm going to do this, means nothing without fundamental change. Fundamental change is the 16th Amendment being repealed and a fair tax put in place. The 17th Amendment to be repealed. A lot of people, I don't think anybody in this room remembers Prohibition, but Prohibition was a bad amendment, and we eventually got rid of it because it didn't work. Well, I'm telling you, all these tax cuts and everything else we keep talking about won't work until we repeal the 16th and 17th Amendment. If you don't know what the 16th and 17th Amendment is, I'll give you a little history. In 1913, there was a huge power grab by the government. And what they did was fundamentally and unconstitutionally incorrect and wrong. They took money out of your checkbook before you even got to see it. Okay, so your employer comes and brings you a check and you go, oh, I missed. Hey, wait a minute. Someone took my money. Where'd it go? You are not a free citizen if someone can tax your labor. The 17th Amendment came right along with the 16th Amendment to kind of enforce it. The 17th Amendment was taking the teeth out of the 10th Amendment by removing the ability for legislators to name your U.S. senators to Washington, D.C. to do states business. A lot of people don't understand there's a 4-pronged approach, you know, the judicial, the executive, the people, and the state. We used to have the state. The state used to have a seat at the table. But we took that away from them by giving a populist vote to U.S. senators. I can guarantee you this health care reform that we've seen jammed down our throat would have never happened if our legislators, every state in the union, 100 senators, were doing states business. Because they said, not so fast, my state is not going to deal with that. But now our U.S. senators are now what? They're answerable to this state, and this state, just like our U.S. Congress is. So it's broken, and we need to fix that before we fix all these other things, because these other things don't mean anything if you don't fix those 2 fundamental flaws that had happened with the 16th and 17th Amendment. And I would encourage you all to read about it. If you don't understand it, it's pretty simple and basic. And also, too, Article 1, Section 8, in my handy-dandy U.S. Constitution, Congress shall have power to levy, collect taxes, duties, imposts, exercises, to pay the debts, and provide for the common defense and general welfare of the United States. Ah, that general welfare. That's the end-all, do-all, right? That means I want some money for my aquarium down in Charleston, South Carolina. So that's the welfare of the people in the state, right? So we're going to send the congressman up. What's your name?
Renzo.
Ron? Renzo. We're going to send you up to Washington, D.C. You don't have to get up. And we want you to go get some money. okay, because it's our money. We want you to bring it back to the district. Good boy, now we're going to reelect you. That's how it's worked.
It's going to cost you more than that.
That's right, it's going to cost me more than a curry, maybe a couple of bridges.
Right.
Okay? So that's what's been going on since 1913, and it's a circular problem. Some of the things I think need to be also taken care of is every bill needs to be read out loud on the House floor. Verbatim. That 3,000-page document called healthcare reform, they should read that out loud before anybody votes on it. Because what really happens, friends, I hate to use you again, is we take this bill and we go, I'm from Arizona and I want this. And I'm from California, and I want this, and I'm from let me see, I'm from Charleston, West Virginia, and I want this, and before we know it, we have a bill that's stacked to the nines that takes care of everybody but who? The people. Because they're taking your money, and you pay, making your paycheck, and they're taking it and spending it on all those things, and dividing it up among the states on seniority. Term limits. Term limits are very spelled out. I can't pick and choose what's in here. Because then I'm not really a constitutionalist, am I? Term limits, 2 years, every 2 years, right? If we're too stupid to keep sending the same people over and over again, we are going to be getting the same results. Right. So it's incumbent on us as citizens to get other citizens knowledgeable about what's going on. And that's what you're doing, that's what your group is doing. You're educating other people when you come together and you go and tell your neighbor, hey, did you know this and this and this? Because I learned this over at Carolina Patriots. Man, this is eye-opening. And then you drag your neighbor in, and then you drag your other neighbor in. And before you know it, people are getting knowledgeable. Because what? It takes a little pressure for us to get excited, right? Oh, you're messing with my pocketbook now. You're messing with, you're messing with things that are personal to me. Now I'm going to get excited. So, I'm Katherine Jenerette. I would love to have your vote in November, in June. I'm not one, football. Anyway, I'd love to have your vote in June, and I'll be here for any questions that you have. Thank you.